CBDC is going to be the future currency of the world. It is necessary that every central bank, every country works on CBDCs.
India has been leading the front on digitalization. When you talk about digital public infrastructure, you talk about digital money, digital payments, and so on. And you yourself have been the pioneer in the issue of CBDCs. And you've been piloting this, and I think now you're trying to mainstream it. So what role do you see of CBDCs and digital payments playing in the Indian economy in terms of improving financial inclusion, innovation, and efficiency?
Well, thank you. I am happy that you asked that question because CBDC is going to be the future currency of the world. And it is necessary that every central bank, every country works on CBDCs. There's one reason, specific reason why I am saying that. Of course, paper currency will continue because that is the kind of a fallback, that is the kind of an insurance against. Just imagine if there is a massive technology disaster or some massive shock, then, how do the transactions go on? So paper currencies will remain. They provide the necessary insurance against, against possible or what may look unlikely, but nothing is unlikely in today's world. So that is the kind of insurance for such crisis situations. But having said that, the world is moving towards digital payments. I think India has made excellent progress, and it's at the forefront of digital payments. Our UPI per day number of transactions have exceeded 10 billion transactions per day. We are doing 10 billion transactions. That is, in the month, I think. 10 billion transactions in the month, 10 billion transactions per month we are doing now, the UPI is doing. Coming to CBDCs, why I am saying it is very important? Because there are now several new animals or birds, whatever you call them, they're floating around under various names. Somebody calls it stable coins, somebody calls it cryptocurrencies. Our point of view is that let us be very careful in interpreting and understanding what consequences they have. On stable coins, the basic fundamental question that arises is the fundamental question that begs an answer is whether governments and central banks are comfortable with private currency. Currency is a sovereign function which the sovereign delegates to the central bank in countries like India. So therefore, are we comfortable with private currency? So therefore, these new technology products which are coming and styling themselves as great innovation, their financial consequences, their negative consequences for domestic financial stability, for global financial stability, for domestic monetary system, for the global monetary order, all that needs to be understood. And we have published, RBI, I have myself spoken about it, so I'm not going to list out what are the potential threats. Right. They pose a threat, all kinds of threats, terror financing, money laundering, apart from, currencies like emerging market currencies, which will sort of cause the central bank itself will lose control over the monetary system. There are lots of challenges, and these are highly risky. Now, we don't want that kind of a thing. In fact, on such matters, whether it is stablecoin or it is cryptocurrencies or whatever you call it, I think we need to fully understand what are the risks before sort of trying to legitimize them. We need to know before entering the water how many sharks are there inside the water. I think that is how I would put it in a very commonplace language and very bluntly. Now, so therefore CBDC is important. The world is moving towards technology, and CBDCs have a major role because CBDC can really facilitate efficient, cost-effective, and faster payments across jurisdictions. For cross-border payments, for cross-border transactions, CBDC can provide the solution. Even today, time is taken. Bank-to-bank transactions do take time. In fact, there is a cost. According to the latest estimates of the World Bank and others, still remittances cost about on an average 6% is the total cost for remittances. Now 6% is very high. It needs to go down. In today's technology era, it needs to go down. So CBDC can provide a solution to make cross-border payments faster, more efficient, and cost effective. In India, Reserve Bank, we started the wholesale CBDC pilot project in November last year, and the retail mode we started in December. In the wholesale, initially we started with secondary market trading in government securities. Now we are extending it to overnight money markets, that is the wholesale segment. In the retail segment, we have now millions of customers who are enrolled into the pilot project. Almost every bank has been onboarded. The trials are going on. It's a learning experience for us. And the learning process has been very satisfactory. And every day there are new challenges which come. We try to understand what is the problem. So we are really taking it forward in a manner. And on this, we are in active discussion also with other countries which are carrying out similar efforts. So now it's just about going to be a year of our 1 year of our CBDC pilot project. The learnings have been excellent, and more than what it was 1 year ago, we are even more convinced that CBDC can prove to be the most effective and efficient mode for cross-border payments in particular, other than, of course, domestic transactions. And this is not something which is very difficult. In fact, in India, we have a small, vegetable vendors who have been enrolled into this CBDC pilot project. Fruit shops, small vegetable vendors, they're all onboarded. And we have in India made our CBDC and the UPI interoperable.
Yes.
So it is not necessary that for CBDC you have, for the e-rupee, you have one QR code, and for UPI you have another QR code. In fact, UPI first we had streamlined the QR codes. It's a common interoperable QR code. Now the same QR code is interoperable with the CBDC. So naturally the efficiency of the system improves.